A Christchurch couple has holiday memories they'll never forget after being stung with $30,000 in roaming charges. Their mobile provider says Emma and Stephen Cliff were repeatedly warned of the increasing charges, but the couple denies this and say the first phone call they received in Rarotonga was when the bill had reached 24 grand. Bridget Burke reports.
Sunshine, relaxation and an end of summer luxury escape. It was just what Emma and Stephen Cliff thought they needed, but instead of spending $5,500 on the 6-night break, they've been left more than $40,000 out of pocket.
We had a couple of windy days. It's obviously flicked off our Wi-Fi without realising, and because we're not technically that savvy, we still had our data roaming on, and it's automatically gone onto that without us realising.
That's right, $40,000 for a 6-night stay in Rarotonga. You see, Emma and Stephen run a business in Christchurch, and their phone account is through a loyalty program with placemakers, and Spark is the provider. The couple took 2 phones and an iPad on holiday, and their hotel had Wi-Fi, so the couple thought nothing of it when the weather turned bad.
My husband watched 2 movies, and that was Facebook probably a couple of times, Messenger to family, and that's probably it. But it works out roughly to be near close to $5,000 a day, what we were charged.
Mrs. Cliff's account for her Rarotonga trip was more than $27,000. Add GST and the final bill was $31,234, 30 times more than her normal monthly account. That worked out at roughly $1,500 per gigabyte of data the Cliffs used. She says Spark has refused to take her calls, and she has queried the bill with placemakers. Placemakers declined to be interviewed, but in a statement told Checkpoint that customers who belong to the loyalty program are aware of the data caps.
Spark sent the customer 5 text messages warning about data usage. In addition, a representative from placemakers called the customer and left a voicemail warning about the high data usage.
Did you get any warning about the fact that you were using data?
We got, I got 2 text messages on my phone. One was up to $500, and then I got one straight away up saying it was at $1,500. And then same day we got a phone call saying turn our data off. It was up to $24,000.
How long on Facebook?
Oh, not long at all. No. I wasn't scrolling through. I probably posted a picture and that was about it.
Spark would also not be interviewed, but said it has to negotiate roaming charges with local providers, in this case telcos in Rarotonga, and there is an international transit charge to return the data to New Zealand. In a statement it told us,
"We did try to see what we could do to reduce the bill, but we actually lost money on it to begin with."
Spark reiterated 3 automated messages and 2 manual text messages were sent to Emma to confirm that they intended to be using the data they were using. Craig Young is the Chief Executive of the Telecommunications Users Association. He says the 18 gigabytes the couples used isn't a lot, and there may have been some updating going on in the devices that the Cliffs weren't aware of.
The best advice is to educate yourself before you go and really think about, do you need to use it when you're away? If you don't need to use it, well then turn mobile roaming off, because that's when you're going to get charged. And turn it off before you leave New Zealand so that the device has no chance to actually hook up to any network when you arrive at the other end.
Mrs. Cliff says she has her own advice for people thinking of using their mobile devices overseas.
Make sure you have capped and thoroughly investigate what it's going to cost you when you're over there for roaming, or get into buy something local, buy a card locally. The holiday to Rarotonga initially cost us $5,500. With the bill on top, we're looking into the 40,000s. We've been to Fiji a few times and we never had any trouble, so we just honestly didn't think that would be any different.
Mrs. Cliff says she's taken legal advice and is refusing to pay the bill. For Checkpoint, Bridget Burke.